Here we have a sport with centuries of tradition behind it. Since the Middle Ages, in curling, the so-called Stirling stone has been bowled over the ice with all kinds of sophisticated and tactical maneuvers. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if they can get the stone into the house. The stone is directly in front of the house.
Now their opponents are forced to make a move.
The players have to be very careful not to touch the stone at the sweeping. If that happens, their opponents may demand that the stone is removed from the game. The sweeping also makes the stone follow more of a straight line. Well, let's see what they'll do with this stone. Perfection! Their opponents rejoiced too soon. Now they've lost a point. A great show! They put their opponent's stone out of contention.
Yeah, that was a classic shot.
What did you have in mind with that stone?
Don't ask me.
When it comes to the last stone, it's the captain's responsibility. Right, Eckhart. One thing I don't want is to hear any more jokes about cleaning up the hall with their brooms, okay?
For heaven's sakes, no. I won't make any more jokes.
After having experienced your inimitable charm again, what about your sandwich recipe?
Well, when you make a schmörebröt, bread and butter is simply the basis. Which is true for the veterinarian supper, too.
What?
Yeah, the veterinarian supper. In Danish, it's called dyrlingsnakma.
What in all the world is that?
Well, I'll tell you, but I'll have to go a long way back.
I was afraid of that. You had threatened to tell us about this veterinarian story.
Well, if you ask so nicely, there was once a legendary Danish country doctor who, as is the case with country doctors, often had to work until late. For example, when there was a cow that had calved. So when he went into his favorite haunt, he simply said, just give me what's left to eat.
That sounds interesting. Wait a second, you're making up that story right now, aren't you?
No, not at all. Just listen to me.
Okay. Go on. The second stone has to be set as accurately as possible, too. The stone ends its journey in front of the center. That really is annoying for the opposing team. The Austrian fans are cheering loudly now, so we don't need to ask which country is coming up next. For those who don't know what the brooms are for, they make the ice crystals melt and produce a slight film of water that diminishes the resistance so that the stone can go further. The Austrians now want to prove that skiing's not their only strength. Let's see if the sweeping can help place the stone in the center. Concentration for the first attempt. The Austrian team seems to be ready to start now.
Then, let's go.
Let's go. That stone obviously had a will of its own, but now it's out of the game. Back to the veterinarian, please.
So, late at night when he came into his bar, he was hungry and wanted to have something to eat. And because country doctors, and especially this one, were much respected people, the landlord always left something for him. And so when he ordered what's left to eat, he always got what the Danes now call the veterinarian supper.
Which team will place the most stones